Hello students, here this is Sapna CHAVHAN. Welcome to Shikshanacha Miti channel. As you all know, we are focusing mainly on chemistry topics of subject science from 8th standard of the CBSE pattern here. In last video, we saw about the topic coal and petroleum. In this topic, we saw about coal in details. In this video, we will talk about the petroleum here. Before going to petroleum, I want to revise those previous videos in shortcut. So, what we saw in last video? In last video, we saw about the natural resources. What are the natural resources? The natural resources we got from the nature to fulfill the living organism's need. Those are the natural resources. The natural resources are also two types. Right students? Renewable natural resources and non-renewable natural resources. Students, I am writing here the subject and topic here. The subject is chemistry and topic is coal and petroleum. And today's video's subtopic is petroleum. So what we are saying that renewable natural resources and non-renewable natural resources. Renewable natural resources having examples like groundwater, forest, oxygen. Those are the renewable natural resources. What are the non-renewable natural resources? Non-renewable natural resources. The examples of non-renewable natural resources are soil, fossil fuels like coal, petroleum. Those are the non-renewable natural resources. After that, what we saw in this last video? We saw about the fuels. We saw about the fossil fuels. What are the fuels? The fuels after burning give heat and light in the reasonable cost. Those are the fuels. What about the fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are those formed by the dead plants and sea animals, and this process takes millions of years to form. These are the fossil fuels. And what are the products of this fossil fuel? The products of this fossil fuels are coal, petroleum and natural gas. Those are the products of the fossil fuels. We already talked about the coal in detail in last video. So here we are going to learn about petroleum. In yesterday's video, I gave you some homework question. I hope you all done it well. If you won't done it, you can write in comment section. If you have any doubt about last video, you can comment. I will complete properly your doubts. So here, what about the coal? Coal is a black color and the main constituent of the fossil fuel which give heat and light energy. This heat is used in the many factories. After burning this coal, what form? Carbon dioxide is formed after burning the coal. We saw the examples of coal are coke. We see coke, coal gas and coal oil, coal tar. This is the coal tar. Those are the examples of the coal. Coke, coal gas, coal tar. You all know that coal tar is used to make roads for the vehicles. Now here in this video we will see about the petroleum. So here I am dusting it out. So see here students, fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. Which are the fossil fuels mainly? Mainly the fossil fuels are coal, petroleum and natural gas. We will see about the petroleum here. In petroleum, we will see about origin of petroleum, occurrence of petroleum, refining of petroleum, and the uses of petroleum. Below this heading, we will cover our topic petroleum. So, what is the origin of the petroleum? The origin of the petroleum is deep in the earth crust. The petroleum we can obtain from the earth crust. From the earth crust we can obtain the petroleum. We used to heard petrol, diesel, those are all contents of the petroleum. Not the petrol only, the content of petroleum. The content of petroleums are petrol, diesel, kerosene and other oils are also there. Those petroleum, this word petroleum, you can say petro means rocks and oleum means oil. This name also suggests that this is the rock oil, means the oil is obtained from the rocks. This is the petroleum. We can obtain this petroleum from the non-porous rocks. The petroleum are made up of many hydrocarbons. Those hydrocarbons having the carbon as a main component. Main component is the carbon, the petroleum. Many fossil fuel having the main component is the carbon only, in elementary component or combined, but the carbon is the main component there. After that, after the origin, we will see the occurrence of the petroleum. Petroleum here. What we will see? Occurrence. The occurrence of petroleum. Petroleum form where? Before the occurrence of petroleum, I want to tell about the process of forming of the petroleum. The petroleum is formed by the dead sea animals. Those dead sea animals settle on the ground level of the sea, and after the days goes from those dead animals, those covered by the clay. Those dead animals inside the sea covered by the clay, and day by day the atmosphere changes and pressure changes. By the pressure and atmosphere, those dead sea animals are converted into the petroleum or the fossil fuels, that is the petroleum. This process takes about millions of years to form petroleum. That's why the petroleum is the non-renewable natural resources, that we can't renew it before that million years. That's why we have to use it in proper way. So the petroleum are importantly used as a fuels like petrol, kerosene and oils, as you all know. And then what is the occurrence of the petroleum? Occurrence of the petroleum. Petroleum occurs in deep of the earth crust. We can drill this petroleum from the earth or from the non-porous rocks. The drilling of the petroleum or petroleum obtained first time by drilling the porous rocks or non-porous rocks first time in USA in 1859. In USA in 1859. First time in 1859 in USA. If we talk about India, in 1867, the first petroleum occurred firstly in 1857 in India, in Makum of the state Assam. Mainly the petroleum we can get in the state like Gujarat, Assam, Bombay High and the deltas of the river. Deltas of the river like Godavari, Kaveri. From those we can obtain the petroleum fossil fuel. After that we will see the refining of petroleum. Refining of petroleum. Refining of petroleum here. Student, here, see here this diagram. This diagram is the refining of the petroleum. The refining of petroleum. The various hydrocarbons are present in the petroleum have different boiling points. You can see here. I'll hang this diagram here. See here, this is the fractional distillation apparatus. This is the fractional distillation. We can see here the petroleum of the fractional distillation. Why we call it as a fractional distillation? Because in petroleum many hydrocarbons are there with a different boiling points. Those boiling points we can call as a fractions, and on the basis of the boiling points we can differentiate this by the fractional distillation. Some having large boiling point, some having low boiling point. On the basis of boiling point they are collected differently. Then what is refining? The differentiation of fraction by fractional distillation process, that is the refining of the petroleum here. See here, first petroleum is heated. Petroleum is heated at the 400 degrees Celsius in furnace. After that this crude oil is present here firstly. Then after boiling, after that according to the boiling points they are settled in the upside of the fractionating tower or in the base of the fractionating tower. Those are having 1 to 4 carbons only those are not settled in this apparatus. In this apparatus, they going out as the petroleum gas. Those are called as the petroleum gas. Here, heavy oil have the large boiling point, so that's why they are below the fractionating tower, and gasoline and naphtha having somewhat low boiling point, that's why they are settled in the upside of the fractionating tower. By this process, we can get the petroleums in distinct component like kerosene, gasoline and naphtha, and light oil or heavy oil. After that, we will see the uses of petroleum here. Students, I have the chart that is of uses of the petroleum in today's world. In today's world, the uses of petroleum. I'll hang this chart here. And I will read out for you all. So listen me carefully, students. Here some important fractions of petroleum, those having some uses. In uses, first we will see the petroleum gas. Petroleum gas having the boiling point below 40 degree, and number of carbons are 1 to 4. Products uses are LPG, liquefied petroleum gas fuel. Those are used in home or industry. Second one is gasoline and naphtha. It having the boiling point about 90 degree to 165 degree Celsius, having the carbon atoms 4 to 10. Then those are used as the petrol in motor fuel, aviation fuel, solvent for the dry cleaning. Third one is the kerosene, having the boiling point of 150 degrees Celsius to 245 degrees Celsius, having carbon number 10 to 16. After that, the kerosene is used in the domestic fuels and the jet engine fuels. After that, light oil. Light oil also have the uses also have, that are the diesel fuel for the motor vehicles. After that, the heavy oils. Heavy oils we can say that are having useful organic chemicals. Those are the useful organic chemicals. Then the residue. Then the residue used to, we can see, then the residue used to collect in the lower side of the fractionating tower is also having some uses, and these uses are lubricating oil, that is lubricating machines. After that, paraffin wax. Paraffin wax like candles, Vaseline, those we use in daily life. Then ointments also. Ointments like paints. Then for the road surface, we can use those petroleum in many ways. Those are the uses of the petroleum. So student, I hope you understand the topic petroleum. I want to give you some homework on the basis of the today's video. So see here student, what are the homework questions here. So students, see here, those are the homework questions. 3 questions are there. We have to write in the comment. If you have doubt, you can say in the you can tell in the comment section. So first question is, name 2 fuels obtained from the petroleum which can be used in domestic fuels. Second question, I am reading it for you. Define refining. Second definition, fractional distillation. The third one is, which is the unlimited source of energy, the source of energy of the fossil fuel. Those are 3 questions you have to prepare. So student, I hope all you understand this topic of video. So student, have the great day and thanks for watching students.